destiny as well. Like, people count them out. And this is Jocelyn saying, I will not be written off.
Go! More! And on your leg! Hey! Come on, focus, Joss! Good, come on, this is the end! I want it sharp! 5, 6, 7! Arms up, you're late. That should be on 7, not on 8. All right, that was okay. We did.
What was the name of that club?
What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television, and I want to welcome you here at the channel. If this is the first time you're stopping by, or the 10th or the 100th time, thank you. Every interaction that you give us here helps tremendously. I hope that we can entertain you today. If so, and we earn that subscription, you hit it, that little red subscribe bar down below. Yeah, smash that like button down below, and you let me know if you like what I'm talking about or not. I don't care if you don't like it. I want to know that you don't like it. I want to know if you like it. It may sound like I just contradicted myself. If I did, I apologize. I wasn't meaning to. I'm just meaning that any interaction is appreciated here because it helps us grow. The march to 300 subscribers continues, and at the 300 subscriber mark, we will be giving away a grab bag of comic books here to a random subscriber. So, if you want to be a part of that, continue to follow, do that, subscribe, do it all. Do it all here at Tully Television, okay? But today we're going to be getting into, I guess, a television show, a TV series that is on Max, aka, or FKA, formerly known as HBO Max, but it's called Max now, so get with it, alright? And we're going to be going over the first 2 episodes of The Idol, starring Lily Rose Depp and The Weeknd. This was directed. Most of the episodes are going to be directed by Sam Levinson, and one episode is going to be directed by Amy Seismitz. The writer is going to be Reza Fahim, Sam Levinson, and The Weeknd. And I'm just going to go through some of the stars now, not all of them that we've came across, because I want to try to primarily concentrate on like 2 or 3 of the main characters, who the main focus is on for these first 2 episodes. Again, Lily Rose Depp is Jocelyn. The Weeknd is Tedros. Hank Azaria is Chaim, Chaim. Susanna Sun is Chloe. Moses Sumney is Isaac. Jane Adams is Chloe, and Divine Joy Randolph is Destiny. One of Jocelyn's team members. The Hank Azaria character is her manager. Destiny is kind of like the undercover, finding out all the dirt and grime of people that they need to know. She kind of seems like a badass. Jocelyn is a pop star, and The Weeknd's character Tedros is DJ for a club, and we'll get into him too. Now, coming into this series, I first want to start off by saying this is definitely not a show for children under a certain age. I almost want to say, like, if you're younger than 16, man, like, definitely some parental guidance is needed, depending on how lax or not lax your rules are on certain things. This show is not the raunchiest show I've ever seen or the raunchiest things I've ever seen, but it's pretty raunchy. It's up there. All right. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen on on TV. Where I'm like, well, someone think of the children. But some of the stuff is definitely a unique look at certain things here, and we start off with Jocelyn doing a photo album cover for her new album, and this the first episode revolves around her doing some practice and her team playing hideophone from her because Jocelyn had a picture released of her in a naughty predicament. I'm trying to watch what I say the first few minutes into YouTube here. She had a picture taken of her with some bodily fluid on her face, okay, and that bodily fluid happens to come from a shaft-like organ attached to a man, or, you know, a penis, okay, an organic attached to your pelvic area penis. And then, so the team is trying to figure out how this happened. Jocelyn's best friend is also her assistant, so they're kind of questioning her, like, who is it? And she's like, it's not like I'm in there, you know what I mean? She does have people come in and out, and it's not like I'm always watching who's going into her bedroom and stuff like that. And a funny part in this episode is Hank Azaria. He seems to be like a Frenchman or something like that, and he gets into like saying like, wait, what is that? Bukaki? The Bakaki? And the friend is like, no, I think that's like for multiple loads onto the face. There seems to only be one, so I don't think it's a bukkake. And he's looking at her like, shut up. You know what I mean? And also another big driving point, it seems to be in this episode, is that during the photo shoot, she happened to have derobed herself, exposing her breasticles to everyone that can see. And the one guy is trying to shut it down because it's not like in the format or nothing. And one of her team members is like, but she wants to do it. What's the problem? No one asked her to do it. So this I thought was an interesting take on the her body, her choice argument, to where most people will try to, you think would try to get you to be nude on camera if you're a big star. And if she says no, it's my body, my choice, right? So this is the company saying, whoa, let's hold the horses on this. This is not in the game plan. And she's like, well, isn't it my body? Isn't it my choice? This is my album cover that we're shooting the photo shoot in my house. and these are my breasts. So I'm choosing to do this. What's the problem? And so I thought that was an interesting take on that. Recently, her mother passed away, and she had a mental breakdown, the character of Jocelyn. So she also had a bracelet on, a hospital bracelet, that her main manager let her keep on because, she broke it down how mental illness is sexy and this and that, and the argument against it was good, but she was like, the way this manager broke it down, like, look at that hot little minx right there, and you telling me if she didn't come crawling up on you and you knew she had issues that you still wouldn't, have relations with her? Why? Because mental illness is fucking hot, okay? That's why. And he shut right up, right? Because she got him on that. Got him! And it's true. We're human. We're flawed. You know what I mean? We can only give out to temptation for so long sometimes, even if we know, especially knowing it's the wrong thing, and then the impulses just give in. It's, I get it. I get both sides to it, and it's definitely an intriguing argument, to say the least. Because I'm sure some of these conversations happen in real photo shoots and here and there. So basically near the end of the episode... Oh, also during the episode, before I get into near the end of the episode, first one, is that there seems to be this dancer when they were trying to practice in the first episode, and Jocelyn was a little out of it. She was like, the dance instructor, the choreographer, called that dance over and was like, come on, show Jocelyn how it's done. And my buddy Jordan and I kind of picked up on that, like, wait, show how it's done. Jocelyn's the star. Who's showing who what? That's weird, right? And so Jocelyn nails the routine, okay? It's very reminiscent of a Britney Spears Slave for You video routine. They go to this club that dancer who was supposed to show Jocelyn how to do it suggested, and this is where they meet the Weeknd's character. I just want to make sure, Tedros, okay? He's a DJ, and he convinced Jocelyn to dance with her, and near the end, he's telling her at her home, like, she doesn't know how to sing, because she doesn't know how to F-U-C you next Tuesday. Okay. And she's like, I do. And if any of the scenes made me uncomfortable was a little bit was the last one. Because he asks if she trusts him, and she says yes, and he winds up covering her face and tightening with like a silk scarf type of thing, and begins to tighten it to where she's starting to lose her breath, and then cuts a hole in the mouth area with a knife. And then he's like, oh, now you know how to sing or whatever. Jocelyn's sexual approach to even spending time alone tends to revolve around her as she's playing DJ Diddles on the ones and twos down there. And so that is kind of interesting too, how she even approaches self-pleasuring herself like that. We get into episode 2 where we see a little bit more of Tedros and his motivations. We see that that dancer who was supposed to show Jocelyn in episode 1 knows Tedros, and the big thing about this episode was the music video they were filming for the first hit off the album, and it was supposed to be her in an adult club, surrounded by a bunch of adult dancers doing the routine. But she's so out of it. She's so distraught because she wanted to make the song her own song, and the manager kind of really told her off and was like, "No, we're doing this. If you don't like it tough shit at the moment, that we're gonna do this the way it's laid out. So put on your happy face, even if you're not happy, and we're gonna do it this way." And then she's like, "Yeah, there you go. And then she takes off. The music video shoot was such a disaster. We see kind of like what Jocelyn is more going through now. There seems to be bruises and cuts on her in the thigh because she's dancing so much on her feet. Her feet look horrible. Her toenails are all cut. Some of her toes look broken. So it's kind of like, and then she just winds up breaking down crying, almost asking for her mother. And the manager and the other lady, Destiny, each are approaching her like we need to get through this, man. And, what is going on here? And she just is really, the pressure is mounting on her because she feels like she's just living a lie, a sham of a music career, and she doesn't have the faith or the confidence in this song the way she would if she made the song herself. She's upset this is kind of a manufactured thing, and I think she's at a point now where she's realizing how life is fleeting and short, and questioning her place on the planet because she's like got to be in her early 20s to mid 20s at this point. She's world famous, and her mother just recently passed away. She has nobody really looking out for her except for maybe the manager, and Destiny really, I think, have her best interest at heart. But we see Tedros starting to manipulate her, lie to her, and her best friend and assistant is also kind of becoming a little bit concerned for her too. So there is some people worried about it, but they don't know what to do or how to approach what's going on with her. How do you help someone who's in the middle of a breakdown? So Tedros is definitely coming into this situation ready to manipulate and alter things going on in her career, and we're only two episodes in. I believe this is 8 episodes, so we still got a few weeks ahead of us. I know that this show is not being well received, and I'm not saying it's the best show going, but I'm certainly surprised it's not doing as well as I think it should. I personally like the show. It seems to show certain things out of order for a purpose. The theory that Jordan came up with, and I kind of agree with, is that the Tedros character is forming like a cult type of environment, even if he's not calling it a cult, right? He's definitely building a group of people together that believe in him so deeply that they'll do anything for him. Because it was even stated by this character, Isaac, because we think Isaac's job is to help distract the best friend from concentrating on Jocelyn, so then Tedros can manipulate her without interference if Isaac continues to smaz the best friend, right? Be the wingman. So that's Isaac's role in this whole thing. The dancer's role was to make an introduction, and now that she's being asked to do a contract for the same entertainment company, Tedros was like, tell her to call me, the manager, to make the deal. So he's trying to find different avenues to get his foot in, which I think is very interesting and very smart. You got to be cold-blooded and a bastard to make it in the entertainment business, I think. Pepsi, a voice of a new generation. Subscribe to Television today. Yeah, but I hate sponsorships. But anyway, so that's kind of where we're at right now. Jocelyn having a breakdown. Tedros coming in, swooping in to look like the great guy, and ultimately we're going to find out what the ultimate game plan is here. And we hope that Jocelyn sees the error of her ways of crutching on certain things to maintain her sanity, and that she can confront her feelings and make everything all right for herself as best as she can. But I don't know. Right now, it looks like Jocelyn is in a downward spiral, and Tedros is definitely there to swing in and save the day, right? And we'll see if he really becomes a force of good for her or not. Maybe we're thinking he's going to be some sleazy character, and at the end he realizes, I actually care for this girl, and I was kind of a turd to try to take advantage of her on any level. Maybe that will happen. Maybe he'll take everything from her, and she'll just wind up being a regular Joe Schmo that used to be a pop idol, right? Only time will tell. I don't think that this show is as bad as everyone is making it out to be. I feel like the first couple episodes were pacing and setting things up. And there was a cameo from Maddie from Euphoria in this first episode, thus connecting the Euphoria and the Idol universe together. Good to see Maddie. Maybe we'll see Rue down the road too. Who knows? But that's my view on the Idol. You let me know down below if you're liking the show or not. I'll give this show a 75 because there are some things that I'm kind of like, whatever. But I do primarily like the show, and I see potential in the show. So I'm going to kind of combine the first two episodes and give it like a 75 rating. 3 out of 4 stars. I think that's pretty good. That's like a B, within the B range. C plus, B minus. But I definitely will follow this show until the end. I don't know if I'll combine 2 episodes every time. The only reason why I did that was because I started a new work schedule, and long story short, I just combined the first 2 episodes. But I'll figure that out in time. I will follow this show through the end. But until next time, peace, Nookums.